of what is going on. Me personally, I was a victim. I did surgery, I think, in Confanoche. Dr. Agbe did the surgery for me. And I was having this the software be by Udin I've forgotten. Oh, use no Ghana. This software the year for more documentation and everything. LIMS very good of what is going on. Me personally, I was a victim. I did surgery, I think, in Confanoche. Dr. Agbe did the surgery for me. And I was having this the software be by I've forgotten. Oh, use no Ghana. This software the year for more documentation and everything. LIMS very good. Yes, very good. Do you know I was having a LIMS number, everything? If not the doctor or a family doctor, as a nurse in Confanoche, I have to pay. I have to pay. I bought my own drugs. Baby, I'm a kodaye. Baby, I'm a kodaye. The ward, staff who made that ward, I have to pay. I was entitled to that 3 days pay. Just 1, 2, 3. Just 3 days. The rest I have to pay. Imagine, I was posted, newly posted. Me near Juma 1 year. So some of these things say, ye can't, and I say, ye can no brofo na ye dear ya. And I don't blame, what do you call it? NDC for an MPP or whatever. Within our system, we are cheap and we are weak. We the nurses, we are cheap and we are weak. Starting from NMC. We are very, very, very cheap and weak. That is the system, a basic system. It is a binding fear and a binding tea sufra. It's not their fault. The nurses. Because on can say on full allowance. No, it will never happen. We should ask ourselves, apart from these leaders that we've got that they are fighting, that they are fighting for the nurses. Ask yourself, the previous leaders of Maba, the organization we have, the NMC and the JRNMC, what have they done for the nurses? Again, on my abiding with Nagase, Yanko for cry Bibiamaye into BB, but we are proposing something or they will deliver it for us. We should ask ourselves. The question will be added, but within our system, we the nurses, we are weak. Obviously, we can't do picture. Infection at Tikufi. Infection at Tikufi, Yare Dikufi. Ube we are Sabachon Yari. Sikasa na Bina. Obey overtime, obey night, obey Bawamre. You can't do anything. Omukotana say emeki incrementing what do we call it, salary and everything. Dabe no mu implement here. Omu the MPP time. Omutana say Eyejuma, Omujebi as the uniform allowance and everything. Eko see saying. Lempani for the no can was in beam. Nothing. Inti nye leaders ya yenye ya omuso omuko striker. Omudi anima. We have lawyers to defend us. Those who no go to work, blah blah blah. Ebiane say the papa moa. If we are not weak, how comes a minister Akando, any rotation nurses and other organizations will talk and they will say they will work if others will not work? Look at this nonsense. So if the minister is not responding, we the nurses, I will see a city up.
Honestly speaking, I don't want to comment on Mustafa Bandi because he lack common sense. Ye kanyansa pa sebe. I cannot appoint somebody like Mustafa Bandi to do anything because Sebi onimunyansa. Look at what he's saying. Say that they should sack all of them because they are speaking to them on Zoom. Now, in this kind of saying, fourth industrial revolution, if somebody speak to you on Zoom, what is the difference? What would their presence make in this case? You see, so I don't really understand why this guy is still on post. Because if John Dramani Mahama is someone who has any shred of decency, you should have just sacked this guy long time ago. But me, what I will say is, you can bear with me, say, yes, necessary midwifery, omu kui. Bibi a omu ye biya na omu legitimate right say ombetimi embark on strike. So what you say?
100%.
Me senye ye nuanom ne ye maame nom ne ye busuafo a se bi ombe yare a omunya baabi enna. Inti mesre aban ne se ne ope no omu hwe ma om no muntimi nkobaka. No krani nyame anim ni se ka omu nkoa omu adie na sebi service na ombe improve amom na nka menkemfa me ho. Ne enti ameka sa ne se we spoke to these people. We met them several times. Ya momu tiase se jinaye amu pese mukosi no. It will be at your own detriment. But they did not listen. Enti my brother now who caused them? They did not listen. We spoke to them. Some of us, yes, spendi adaje na ni omokasa. We explained to them. It's not as if they did not understand what we were talking about. But the only thing is that they were bent on say ye betre mo say ye ne yeto aba. Yes, omo kan ena mo akere ye say mo na moto aba. But they are now realizing that they probably sold their hen. And omo kofa asebe akukọ ba bema. That will not give them any meaningful way. Enti what I can say is yes, one say me eba saa niyama actions ya me I'm a unionist. Obi oni mi biya ni say me a unionist. When I was in GS, I was always fighting for me nkrofo. Enti me hu say union biya air fight ya on principle, and I support them because it's their legal right. Untimi nyi from them. And then when you sit down and then have what do we call it, dialogue with empenifo about the condition of service, na say omuntia, you have every right to obey the over court strike. Me as a person, me call strike that because a juma as me and say manye ni etua me ka me ntimi mfa sika ne nyewe. But anytime bia me watching yes and I'm in for be court strike bia no, I support them fully, 100% with my resources. Cram me. Enti John Dramani Mahama ma onya so brache. He should be a listening government. Na mesre say classical morons like Mustafa Bandino. Eya momo ma mekasa. I listened to the minister himself, Ewo Ekusi, and then I wept. Senti sa minister okasa we na ode kwakope ye friend say. Ode kope a consensus from the unionists. Oh, you disrespectful, you cannot do any consensus. Intimesre omu say, omu ye leaders, they should know how to speak when there are situations. But mamo kasa bi kofuwe ni emane dia. Eni ombe tenefi ache, omu tenefi ache nzwa. Yen nananum ni ye manum ni ye nkola anum, ena sebi adiye babe ye om. Bro, se onyare da ewo mreku asebe ope uwo usika ni bibia na ope medical care na nipa obehwe wunya bia. You will not understand this. Inti ye besre aban ni se eba yen apomudi mu nsem a, they should stop the unnecessary politicking and the stupid outbursts na sebi omumu bi keka no. But ekame kwakọ yese yaban we su sebi na anu ya obi kura mpu kan se yen data so yen data ebo di nti yente so minister na owo ho no obedidi atem hwenne ne emu safa bandi nsem ya wo yi sebi eye very no sitting. But yen chichire oman yen chichire kuo yen chichire aman yokuo. Enti we will so speak to John Dramani Mahama says or waso a ontie na animanim ya no onye the needful because oman bia essential workers ebeye se omoko strike no na kire say the king is naked e kire say wo aban na nkasa no wagye agu because until say essential workers beka so omoko strike na kire say that is their last option. They have had it up to their neck. So that is what I can say about it. There are two things involved. They should stop the exercise of machismo and the brutish adverse. And then they should quickly do the needful. Said the beya yen na nanom ni ye nua maanom ni ye busuafo omko hospital. Sebi omubenya apomudin workers amomotimi ahwe om. Nyame ne mo nya adwuma.
Yeah, good evening, voice. Voice. One kofa obi ensem bia wakeka na ama yebu afu. Yeah, that guy does he know say Ghana Nurses and Midwife Association or mono assistance no government ni yenhu say NPP and as NDC continue. So if the NDPP signed it, the NDC can implement it. Onim sana. I don't know. And somehow we're all kicking about like you rightly said. Oh no, money am on my Sami Jamfi is sharing dollars. Shamima Muslim, so if I say 20,000 whatever. Or bebanasa. Paying TikTok and social media influencers, but necessarily one person with your bag, yes. But me no, like in all this, what saddens me, it grieves at my heart. Say, oh, obi be yari or be ba. There is nobody home show. I think I've said this here before. When doctors go on strike, nurses are able to work and maintain the hospital. But when nurses go on strike, hospital na go so I hope say they will listen and not be selfish and inconsiderate. No man meet your terms of service and all conditions of service now. Or more negotiating. Minimum I have something to say about the or more panel. But once or more negotiating it has to be given to them. If you don't understand, when the time comes for them to sit at the table again, then you can go ahead and try to take out, add, and do all sort of things. So no, I think John Mahama, onya no onfa nye, sami jen physical, wouldn't be nonfa nonfa nkoma wom. But voice, as I was listening to you, now my ear conflicted kakra. And I listened to the two nurses. One talked about he has surgery, and that I kind of sympathize with the fact that so, but I'm thinking, do you think, sir, healthcare for health workers should be free?
My